Winter may be in full force, but George Washington's Mount Vernon Estate, Museum and Gardens is open to visitors for year-round discovery. Come to Mount Vernon and tour Washington's home, explore the grounds, and enjoy interactive displays in the museum. And starting this month, visit Mount Vernon for an intimate view into George and Martha's home life in a much-anticipated new exhibit.
The exhibit is called Hoecakes Hospitality, Cooking with Martha Washington. And so we chose that title because we know from documents written by family members that hoe cakes swimming in honey and butter were one of General Washington's favorite breakfast foods. We have a lot of things at Mount Vernon that actually belong to George and Martha Washington. And what's really special and highlighted in this exhibition is we have some of the actual pots and pans and dishes and things that were used in their kitchen here at Mount Vernon to entertain and feed all of their national and international guests that came to meet General and Mrs. Washington. These, we know, held food that the General and Mrs. Washington and their guests ate from, so that's really exciting. We have some of the invitations that the Washingtons sent out to invite people to come to dinner. We have a wine cooler with grapes on it. We have from our archaeological digs little glass wine seals with initials on of like George Washington's father and the Custis family. So it looks like, you know, just as people now bring bottles of wine when they come to dinner, the fact that we have these wine bottle seals with other people's names on them suggests that that's a custom that was going on in the 18th century. So one of the really wonderful things about this exhibit, I think, is that it connects us as people today, you know, particularly with the whole foodie movement, it connects us to how food was cooked and served in the 18th century, and we can see some of the ways we're connected and, you know, some of the ways things are very different. One of the items that we really point to is it's a copper pan, and it has about 8 little sort of like muffin cup things inside it. And for a long time we thought that was an egg poacher. But in fact, recent research, culinary history research, tells us that it is something called a puffertjes pan, and it's a Dutch cooking implement for a special kind of pancakes that were served for dessert that the Washingtons really liked. And there's a description from Noah Webster, the dictionary writer, how he visited the Washingtons and he had this special kind of pancake here. So that's been really interesting. It's visually, it's a great piece, and, you know, we really have figured out what it was used for, and that tells us more about the Washingtons' cooking habits.
For more information on winter activities and exhibits at George Washington's Mount Vernon Estate, Museum and Gardens, visit mountvernon.org.